There's generally a two-stage process to reaching a financial settlement with your spouse. The first stage, family lawyers and judges would refer to as computation. The second stage, we would refer to as distribution. So what do I mean by computation? Essentially, that first stage is about ascertaining what the available assets are, what any debts there may be, what pensions there may be, and what income you and your spouse has. The theory is that you have to know the financial landscape first in step one before you can then distribute the assets in a way that is fair and appropriate. And sometimes that first step can be relatively straightforward. If you and your spouse have a house and bank accounts, if your finances aren't complex, then that could be quite a quick process. However, in other circumstances, if you and your spouse have more complex financial affairs, let's say that you run a business or your spouse runs a business, perhaps there's a property portfolio, perhaps there are valuable pensions, then that first step of computation can take a little longer. If there is a business, we might need to instruct an accountant to give us more information about the business and about the value of the business. If there's a property or a portfolio of properties, we might need to ask a chartered surveyor to go and value the properties so that we know what we're working with. Assuming we know the financial landscape, we can then move to step 2, which is distribution. Essentially, that's deciding and hopefully reaching agreement as to how the assets should be divided fairly and appropriately between you and your spouse. That's a key stage, and it's something that you'll be able to discuss in much greater detail and take advice on from your solicitor.